So today we're in Maxey and we're looking at this beautiful chocolate box cottage, which whilst in need of improvement inside, it does occupy a really nice plot of about half an acre. You can see there's a really good frontage here, which is bound by a low hedge. And it's a fairly traffic-free location. The only traffic you'd find are people going to their own properties. There's not really a through road. But just to give you an idea as to the aspect, that's what we've got here. As I say, the property will require some renovation inside, and I think with a nice extension on the left hand side where the flat roofed extension is, it could be made a really wonderful family home. We've sold a few properties like this where people have put a nice extension on the side. Obviously it needs to be sympathetic because the property is grade 2 listed. So maybe an oak framed extension. We had one for sale in Caster fairly recently, which had an oak framed and glazed extension, and it was really nice, looked really good. Take a look round the back of the cottage as well. But you've got here a stone outbuilding, which was used as a workshop. I think formerly maybe even a stables. And then to the left of that there's a really long garage. The measurements are on our sales particulars. That's currently got a central non-load bearing dividing wall that could soon be taken out to make it maybe garaging for 3 vehicles. As we head through the gap into the rear garden, you can see this is a really nice space as well. The lawned area, and then there's some concrete hard standing over there. And there's an access gate, and there's double gated access just there within the wall. Obviously a solicitor would just need to check that there was a legal right of way through there. And then this is the rear of the cottage. As I say, really pretty looking cottage. The thatch was, well, the whole cottage was re-thatched in, I believe, 2014, but the date is confirmed within our sales particulars. So we'll go inside and take a look. So we enter into a conservatory hallway. And this is the flat roofed extension part of the property. And we have down here the bathroom. Although in my view there is room upstairs to put a bathroom, as we'll see later on. And then the kitchen here, obviously will want refurbishing, but there's an oil-fired central heating boiler and an original Rayburn cooker there which does some hot water. You've got a nice view out of the window over the garden at the rear. And then there's a walk-in pantry behind that doorway. And as we step out of the kitchen, we enter into the older part of the cottage. So you've got a really pleasant sitting room here. The ceilings are quite low. I'm 6 foot and I just kind of skim these beams. So if you're much taller than 6 foot, you might struggle a bit. So you've got a window to the front elevation, and then there are 2 to the rear. There's 3 radiators in this room, and there's also an open fireplace. It may be that if all the brickwork and stonework were exposed. There may be an ingle nook there, but we can't say for sure. So at the moment there's just the stone open fire with a couple of recessed cupboards, as you can see, to either side, and a couple of windows overlooking the rear garden. But there's some really nice beams in here, and there's an understairs cupboard. This wall here could easily be taken out. It's only a semi-permanent wall. And this takes you through to another sitting room. Could be a dining room, study. But again, another really nice room with the ceiling beam. There's some French doors at the front, and then a room heater here, which would be a solid fuel room heater. And then we'll take a look upstairs. It's quite a narrow staircase, as is typical of these cottages, but it brings you up onto this really pleasant landing area. And because of the location of the doorways into the bedrooms, just here I think you could make the end where the window is maybe a bathroom, which would be then accessible from the two bedrooms. So we'll head into this bedroom first, and this would be the second bedroom. And there's a window on the gable end, and there's heating up here as well. And then across the landing takes us into the larger of the two bedrooms. You've got some very deep wardrobes just there, which are the length of that wall. And then behind the doorway just there is a deep airing cupboard. So we'll take a look around from a different angle to show you this bedroom. So this is another angle of the cottage. You can see there's an interesting set of mullions above what would have been a window. The history of the property, we understand, is that it was a chapel many moons ago. There was a friary and a castle at this end of the village, long since gone, and this was apparently the chapel to those particular buildings. And this is just another shot of the front garden at 25 Castle Inn Road, Maxey. And if you would like to have a look at it, we have got a set of keys. We'd be pleased to meet you here sometime to take you around it. You can see the cottage there. So it's well worth having a look at this property. As we've said before, it's grade 2 listed, which doesn't mean you can't touch it, but it does mean that any works and extensions that you do need to be sympathetically designed and in keeping. So please give us a ring on 01733 770 770, or even on to 01778 391 600.